I'm pretty sure I left off. Actually, I had this video already waiting up, but somehow it got deleted. So, it's the battle between Shinsho and him, but Shinsho tries to smack talk, but Deku, I will say, yes, runs up right in front of him and kind of punches him in the stomach, sending him back. And, yeah. So, you know that little thing, I'm pretty sure I added it in the other part, I don't remember, but his third quirk that he can't control except one for all, or all for one. What he's been doing is that he's been shooting memories of the battle, but altering them into thinking that All Might brutally punched him so much that happened to his face. And that caused Deku to have like a split personality, sort of. It causes him not be able to control his quirk around All Might. So it's either you don't use your quirk in his class and stuff. Yeah, I was just making sure I added that in. But yeah, so Shinsho gets bodied. Next one, Todoroki versus actually Kaminari versus Bakugo. Because Kaminari beat Uraraka, and yeah. So, let's go start out with Kaminari using his lightning hands. And yeah, when he does this, he starts running up at Bakugo at full speed, using pretty much as fast as 8% of One For All, and as strong as 5% of One For All. So he's kicking at him. Like Kaminari is getting hits on and stuff. So this is actually wearing down Bakugo. But because his lightning is actually lightning that he can control, he's also zapping him every time he strikes him. Eventually, he pretty much grabs Bakugo whenever he was trying to explode him in the wrist and twisted his arm, put his legs on his back, and pretty much slammed him into the ground while shocking him, making him pass out. So it's a fight between not Kaminari, but Deku versus Todoroki. It starts Todoroki. I'm not sure if I made him use his fire early, but I'm just gonna say he uses his ice to barrage Deku. But all he sees is Deku just literally dodging them with no problem. And that's when Deku, then we see Deku's nails turn purple, and he swings the air, releasing poison into the air, and the blade strike cutting through the ice, and then parts of the ice start turning purple every time a slice gets dealt to it. And yeah, Todoroki keeps on putting up ice barriers until he has to block off the wind attacks. That's whenever he puts them on, he blasts it through with fire, because it's his own quirk and all that. And he does the whole half hot, half cold big strike. And Deku just, I'm gonna say, uses his poison strikes like multiple times, hitting the wind and cutting, pretty much like sliding through, dispersing the ice, and like pushing back the fire to the other direction, and stuff like that. So then we're going to Kaminari versus Deku. Kaminari gets pretty much destroyed because he's way faster. Deku is. So yeah, he just Kaminari just gets kicked upwards in the face. Well, he's trying to kick him and punch him, but Deku is too fast. So I'm gonna say that Stain became a hero because Deku told him to become a hero, and he climbed up the ranks to rank 10 because his blood portal quirk can help him take down villains way easier, and how physically strong he is, and he's even more physically strong in this because he didn't want to, as a vigilante, he didn't want to be outdone by a little kid. That's because Deku was like 10, I said, so yeah. So Deku goes there, he has his own agency, so he is top 10, I'm gonna say top 9. So, yeah, and he's known to like tell, new heroes not to be like fake heroes, and if I see you as a fake hero, I'll like take your license away, which people think he can do, but I'll say he can kind of if he puts out like a report and stuff like that, but it's really rare for him. I'm gonna say he's been 4 years since he's a hero, so it's very rare for him to pick people from the Forts Festival. And I'm gonna say he picked Sincho too. When Sincho gets there, Sincho's like, hello there, my name is Sincho. Of course, mind control. And that's whenever he sees Deku walk out with Stain after like a spar. And Sincho's like, what? Why is he here? And that's whenever Stain says that we knew each other. Deku says that actually, Stain used to be a vigilante whenever I was a vigilante. Sincho hears that he was a vigilante and stuff like that. And I'm gonna say Sincho actually looked up to Stain because Stain had a villain quirk, but he was such a strong hero and people believed in him. So Sincho gets like bulked up and stuff. He's not as fast as Stain, but he's like almost peak human strength. Just to say, like, yeah. So yeah, that's practically how strong he is. Deku just learns how to fight and control his quirk more. That's how he learns how to regenerate people, kind of how Flash regenerates. But it's like regenerating people's like body cells with enhancing them with lightning. So yeah, that's practically what he do. And he learns how to fuse his quirks together. And he's trying to get taught to control his quirk after he told Stain something about somebody trying to control him. And some memories to him. Stain is like, oh, really? You might want to get somebody to look at that. Deku says, yeah, I probably should. But I'll try to train it. And they do train for a while. Then it's the race. Deku, of course, wins. The fight between All Might. Deku, I'm gonna say, just shoots poison into his own punches, like into the air constantly, into a constant flow. So whenever All Might punches, All Might gets is 3 cuts on his hand, And he's looking at it like these weak attacks won't work whenever he drops to one knee. And that's whenever Deku says you might be strong, but your quirk might be strong, but quirks like these can actually work on you easier. And says that you don't need to overdo it whenever you only need one move to take down a villain like me. And All Might gets handcuffed. People are impressed and congratulates Deku, saying your quirk's amazing and how strong it is. So Deku says not really how strong it is. Compared to most quirks, it's not strong, but it's strategic. And the only way I can use it like this is because I trained to do it. So they get told about the little camp area. People, I'm gonna say Dum Dum Toba Daba. I have no clue, but doesn't go with the people that were like fail the one test. So he goes off with everybody. He trains his quirk, giving his max power 12% one for all. Deku controls his quirk completely. Sometimes if he's around All Might, it will like blare up all of a sudden. And all that. The villain's attack, I'm trying to go fast because like Deku can pretty much almost one-shot everybody. And he runs into Toga first. And Toga's there. Toga's running over to him saying, trying to act like her scared and tries to stab him with a vile thing. That's when Deku pretty much smacks it and breaks it. And Toga's like, why'd you have to break it? Comes up with the knife. This is whenever Deku pulls out a knife out of his pocket and puts it to her neck. And grabs her knife. That's when he says, eye for eye, huh? If you want me to die, I want you to die. And uses bloodlust to make it feel like she's about to get stabbed in the head. But she doesn't. And he pretty much walks off and tells her, I have to go somewhere, just don't hurt anybody. So Toga skips away, and she doesn't harm anybody. I say she still got Uraraka's blood, but Deku healed her pretty much. And stuff like that. And Sensho is in Class 1A, because I want to say Mineta dropped out. And stuff like that. And let's see. So Sensho mind controls the people in the middle. Because some of the people are not there because of Stain. So I'm gonna say, yeah, because Stain trying to admire them, but all they know Stain for is a hero, not as a person that's trying to take down heroes and stuff. So yeah, and then they go back to UA, and I'm pretty sure they train for the special moves. Deku already mastered it. He gets his license exams pretty easily, and because he can heal people, and he takes down Purple Orca by shooting his electricity into the ground and hitting him. But let me explain. This electricity has to pierce into him, so he's like shooting it directly and hitting inside of him. Not deep or anything, but like shallow strikes pretty much can work. But yeah. Then I'm gonna get to the fight between Mirio and them. Mirio has one for all from 50%. So Mirio expects him to be able to split blitz everybody, even with its permeation. But Deku has the electric sense, so he's like sidestepping all of his attacks. And that's whenever Mirio uses one for all, 5%, tries to do the permeation, and still Deku's dodging him. That's when he starts fighting on ground, going up the percentage, but for some reason Deku's faster and all that. That's whenever Deku just stands up still with Mario going to punch him or do that permeate stab thing to the eye, but electricity appears and shoots back Mario's body that's not permeated. And Mario's surprised, and that's whenever Mario's about to stand back up. But this is whenever Deku's right there with his nails pointed at his neck, saying, I win with cutting his cheek, and Mario dropping to the ground from the poison. That's whenever he meets the big three. The big three asks what his corks, or his cork looks like you have a paralyzation one. He says, no, I have a poison one, showing his nail and like turning back to normal. And I'm going to leave this video off here.